Hello guys and welcome. We are here in Atlanta. Week number 1 is fixing to kick off here. We've got a division rivalry, the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons here in 2021. The 2021 season is about to take way here, and we got two teams trying to make a name for themselves. Matt Ryan, veteran, and Teddy Bridgewater, veteran, trying to see who is the best. Now, before we hop into this game, we've got to note that Julio Jones in the preseason went down with a quad tear, and he's going to be out for 5 weeks. Now, we are going to take a look at the Panthers roster. Teddy Bridgewater still getting the start over Owen, the rookie that they drafted. Christian McCaffrey, obviously, this wide receiver core for Carolina is probably one of the most talented coming into this week. I would expect to see them try and take advantage of the young secondary for Atlanta. Now, Jonathan Stuckey, we're going to have to keep an eye out for him. Number 58, the rookie. He was a very good pick, high overall, and Carolina fans are thinking that this guy's got what it takes to make it in this league and make a big impact. So we'll see if that is the case here in week number 1. But without further ado, it's time for some NFL football. Now, James Skaggs, as a head coach, makes his debut, and here we go. Atlanta won the toss and defers to kick it. They want to see what the Panthers have on offense here, and that's a bad kick to start it off, and it would be returned to 31. So we'll get to see here later. 1st and 10, handoff. Christian McCaffrey up the middle, gets brought down. 2nd and 7. Shotgun formation for the Carolina Panthers right off the rip, but this time it's another handoff. Christian McCaffrey up the gut, doesn't get nothing really. He'll take a decent gain of 2 and makes it 3rd and 5 already. Looking like they could have a 3 and out here. Teddy Bridgewater, shotgun formation. It's going to be a pass. Bridgewater finds his dump down there to the left side. It's tight end, but Atlanta will give that away all day, and they'll have to punt it away. So a 3 and out for Carolina here today. Honestly, I would have to say, Carolina comes into this game a lot more comfortable. Atlanta, no one knows what's going on with this team, and on paper they should be decent a few years ago, but now they're not only are they not winning, but their roster does not look good either, as that's clearly a face mask. But yeah, now the roster isn't looking so good anymore nowadays here in 2021, and a lot of people are thinking maybe they missed their window and it's time for a rebuild, and we'll see if that is the case. It's a handoff to Smith right there for a good gain of 5. And now we'll get to see probably the biggest thing here. Stephen Clemens, the running back, and they're trying to block. He does his best. Either way, though, Matt Ryan is going down. That's Brian Burns right there for the sack. So 3rd and 15. Atlanta is set up far back. Matt Ryan stepping back. Guy wide open. And that is Gage Jr. right there. And that's the first reception for Atlanta. And across the 50 they go. 1st and 10. Clemens is in the backfield, and the rookie gets his first ever carry in the NFL, and he gets maybe a gain of 1. Stephen Clemens is by far the best pick that Atlanta did last year in the draft. Now, dump down pass, nice catch, Calvin Ridley. They're going to need him to step up now that Julio Jones is not in, today. So Stephen Clemens gets the ball again. This time he gets brought down 2 yards after 2 rushes. 2nd and 9. Matt Ryan stays in the pocket, dumps it down, and incomplete. Sets up a 3rd and 9. Matt Ryan. Oh my goodness, what a pick right there by number 97. Not too sure who that is. Gross. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I remember my Carolina Panthers franchise. I couldn't pronounce that, but let's take a look at this. Matt Ryan steps back, and instead of, these defensive linemen don't ever get a chance to do this often. Instead of rushing like he's been doing, he dropped back into coverage and caught Matt Ryan off guard. That honestly is just a good defensive pick. Caught Matt Ryan off guard, pretended to rush him, and then instead fell back into coverage at the last second and got the interception. So we'll see if Carolina can do anything with it. 2nd and 6. McCaffrey again gets stuffed. Not much for him. You see Tampa Bay and Miami going at it down there in Florida. 0-0 still in that game as well, as Tampa Bay just scored a touchdown actually. 3rd and 4 here in our game. It's a dump down to McCaffrey once again. You can definitely tell they're trying to feed McCaffrey, but again, it's another 3 and out. So here we are later in the game, 1st and 10. Atlanta across the 50 once again. This time handoff to Smith as he fights his way for about 11-12 yard gain right there. He is so far looking very good. 1st and 10 now, pistol formation for Atlanta. Matt Ryan stepping back, leaving the pocket, and he's going to set his feet, throws it. Whoa, oh my goodness, a horrible throw by Matt Ryan. And it's Jackson right there with the interception. Now, real quick, I want to hop out of commentary character here, and guys, I don't know what happened. So when I had to rewatch this because I hit the pass button when, like, right here. I thought he was gonna stay there, and for some reason, Matt Ryan led him into coverage. I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't lead him. I didn't tell him to go over there. I just threw it when he was over on the left side of the field, and then he cut to the right. And so I don't know, but either way, we're going to role play like we do on franchise. These are all the characters' story, not my story. It's not about my users. That's why you'll notice that I don't user on defense. I just let the computer play it out. And for offense, obviously, I control the quarterback. So Matt Ryan, he threw that interception. That's just, we're going to role play. So it is what it is. And Matt Ryan has thrown 2 interceptions at this point in the day. Not a good debut. So here we go, 1st and 10. As Bridgewater has the opposite. He hasn't taken any shots downfield, but he is 6 for 6 for 37 yards. And he will set up a 2nd and 5. Stepping back. He's had time all day. Dumps it down to, once again, McCaffrey. I mean, it is what it is here. 3rd and 3. Teddy Bridgewater. McCaffrey not on the same page as Teddy Bridgewater there. And Matt Ryan thanking the defense there and getting the stop. So later in the game, 1st and 10, Matt Ryan stepping back, has time, dumps it down to Jakeem Grant, which is a guy we picked up in the free agency since Julio was injured. We wanted to pick up another guy, and Jakeem Grant was actually a free agent. And oh my goodness, Matt Ryan, 3 interceptions in the first half. Go ahead, play the sad music here for Atlanta. Now this was just, I don't even know. There's Malcolm Butler, the veteran, coming through. And how is this game still 0-0? My Carolina Panthers fans must be thinking that exactly, because your defense has turned the ball over 3 times. You got to score on those. It's 1st and 10. They are inside the red zone. We'll see what Carolina can do here. They've already turned it over 3 times. Teddy Bridgewater stepping back, going in zone, 1-on-1, touchdown, Carolina Panthers. That's his 25th career TD reception. I believe that was Bobby Anderson with a phenomenal 1-on-1 catch. That looked amazing. And now it's 7-0. So finally, the Falcons pay the price for turning the ball over. And they can just, thank their defense that this game is still 7-0 when it should be 21-0. So, and you guys can see here, Matt Ryan has been benched for Ben Kirk. We'll see what happens here. I mean, you can't really blame Atlanta for benching him. I don't know. Ben Kirk tries to buy himself some time, gets cracked as he throws it away, and now it sets up a 3rd and 12. So we'll see here, 22 seconds left. Atlanta looks like they're going to actually try and do something with it here. Ben Kirk dumps it down to Calvin Ridley, and that is a catch. And they will call a timeout. 1st and 10. Pistol formation. Ben Kirk steps back, dumps it down to Stephen Clemens, who makes a move, but doesn't get out of bounds, so they will burn another timeout. So here we go, 1st and 10. Ben Kirk all by himself in the backfield. Stays in the pocket, throws it down to Richardson, who tiptoes his way out of bounds, and now they will be set up for a field goal here. And it is going to be up, and it is right down the middle. So there's your first highlight, Atlanta. There hasn't been much. We're going into halftime, and very disappointed in the offensive performance. We're not going to win games if we're turning it over that much. We all know that. So we know what we need to fix. Let's go in there. Let's fix it. Taking a look at some other games, though, one thing that really caught my eye is this Dolphins game. Tua actually fighting and battling Tom Brady, playing very good. He's thrown one touchdown pass. They're only down by 4 going into halftime, 14-10. Devontae Parker with 2 catches. Mike Evans with 3, 36. Then we take it up north a little bit in a very, very surprising upset. Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions over Aaron Rodgers, 24-7 going into halftime. We'll see what happens there. Washington at Dallas down there in the South, 14-10. Washington football team over the Dallas Cowboys. It's Jameis Winston is with his new team. This is his first year with them, and so far a damn good debut. But back in our game, 7-3, as it's a handoff. Steven Clemens breaks 2 tackles, and then he gets cracked. Welcome to the NFL. He's slow to get up on that one. 2nd and 7. And now it's a play action. Caught him off guard. Throws it on the run, but misses his wide open tight end. Hurst right there in his 3rd and 7. And Matt Ryan has clearly been checked back into the game. They pulled him out, and now they've put him back in. And his first pass was a very bad pass, but then he followed it up with a decent pass right there. So 1st and 10. Single back formation. Matt Ryan steps back, dumps it down. Steven Clemens makes a move, makes a man miss, and Clemens showing some promise here. Like he can be a good running back. 2nd and 5. It's going to be a handoff. Clemens. This time he goes right up the middle, right up the gut. It's not going to work. And sets up a 3rd and 2. Here we go. It's going to be a handoff for fullback on 3rd and 2. They needed this, and they do get it. And that would set up a 1st down. And later it'd be 2nd and 7. Matt Ryan stays composed, through it as he got hit there, and it goes down to the ground. 3rd and 7. Play action. Matt Ryan. We're scrambling outside, and he takes a sack by Brian Burns. That's a bad sack. You got to throw that one away. Now you got to punt it away. 4th and 19. Carolina Panthers defense has played phenomenal. And here's the next big highlight for my Atlanta fans. Gotta take what you can get. This is not looking too good out here in Atlanta. So later in the game, though, 3rd and 6. The Panthers offense, let's be honest, they haven't done much either. And on 3rd and 6, trying to get out of this little hole right here. It's a horrible pass by Teddy Bridgewater. And Atlanta would get it back with good field position. Matt Ryan on the move, throws it. Oh, and that should have been number 4, and that was all on Matt Ryan right there. No excuses there. That was my fault basically. But 1st and 10, handoff. Steven Clemens gets bulldozed over, cross the line maybe. 2nd and 2 is close. And Atlanta has a chance to get back in this game here and go in deep, and it's Calvin Ridley. Wow, there was no call for interference, even though there was a little bit of a push-off, as you've seen there. But no flags were raised. The cornerback was saying, hey, he pushed off. Let's take another look at this. Did he push off? Right there, he pushed his hand down. He didn't push off, and that's a beautiful route right there by Calvin Ridley, and a beautiful pass by Matt Ryan. So, later in the game, 10-7, 2nd and 5. Teddy Bridgewater will step back in the pocket. And obviously, he's finding Bobby Anderson, his man. I believe that's Bobby Anderson. Yes, it is. And that would be the end of the 3rd. Going into the 4th quarter, the Panthers have played very, very conservative up to this point. And because of that, they're losing by 3 when they really could have, been just dominating this game. But they find themselves in the red zone here. Teddy Bridgewater all by himself in the backfield. He has time, goes down, dumps it down. Oh, what a hit. Tight end holds on to it right there, number 81 on the play. And sets up a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Teddy Bridgewater steps back, dumps it down to tight end again there. 2nd and 7. Bridgewater steps back. Throws it as he gets hit. He throws that one away, and it'll set up a 3rd and 7 here. They don't want to settle for a field goal here. So far, they're 1 for 1 in the red zone. Bridgewater steps back. He dumps it down, and it's caught over Ricardo Allen, the one veteran that's on this defense. The one veteran. And that's DJ Moore right there. And so let's take a look at this. Ricardo Allen, I mean, that's the veteran out there, veteran safety. Just got embarrassed. So 1st and 10 later for Atlanta. Matt Ryan stays in pocket, finds Hurst as tight end, and he would get brought down. 1st and 10 setting up, and 6 minutes left on this game clock here. Matt Ryan would step back, pressure coming. He'd throw it to Calvin Ridley, who could not come up with it and almost intercepted there. 2nd and 10 now. Matt Ryan trying to buy some time, rushing out. Better get rid of it. He takes a shot, but does get rid of it there. And we'll see what they can do on 3rd and 10 here. They find themselves down by 4. Panthers trying to play some defense like they have done all day. Matt Ryan dumps it down to Smith this time, wide open. And the Panthers bring him down. Clock will continue to run. 1st and 10. Matt Ryan staying in the pocket. Dumps it down to Gage Jr. again. You can see they're really killing them on those dump downs on the left side here. Pistol formation this time. It's to Steven Clemens, who has makes a man miss, and then his own lineman tackles him there. But wow, that's the biggest run of the rookie's career yet. It was a very, very good one. 1st and 10. Pistol formation once again. Matt Ryan. Nobody getting open here, and he's going to have to run. He tries to throw it away. Dangerous, but he does get it out of there. Barely. Threading the needle on that one. 2nd and 10. It's a handoff to Steven Clemens, who has a big hole open. Picks the right lane and gets the 1st down. And Atlanta's looking like they could possibly steal this one away from the Carolina Panthers. Matt Ryan stepping back. This time he's going to scramble out to the left side. He's going to try and make it to the out-of-bounds marker, but he can't. He fumbles it. And it's his 4th turnover of the game. You got to be kidding me. Matt Ryan, I thought he was going to have the speed to get out there to the out-of-bounds marker. And no, he was slow and just got chased down. The ball got ripped out, and there's Teddy Bridgewater. He's had a good game. So Carolina has the ball. All they need to do is pick up a couple 1st downs, as Christian McCaffrey will make that happen easy. 1st and goal. 2-minute warning is about to come up after this play here. Another man makes a miss, and look at that scoreboard down there. Detroit versus Packers. That game is actually close now. Green Bay with a possible comeback. Here in our game, Atlanta's got to make a stand here. It's 3rd and 6. 1 timeout left. You got to stop them here or the game is over. Teddy Bridgewater steps back, dumps it down the middle, wide open. DJ Moore held on to it even after the hard hit right there. And the Carolina Panthers take a knee. And that would be the ball game. Now, let's be honest here. We didn't even deserve to win this game. It shouldn't have been as close as it was. In my opinion, this game was like 35-10. Okay? 4 turnovers just strictly from Matt Ryan. 3 of them coming from the air, 1 coming from the ground. You can't win a ball game when that happens. Now, Steven Clemens, his NFL debut, he got 51 yards, and he was the highlight as far as the ground game is concerned for this game. No one outran him. Christian McCaffrey was deadly in the air like he always is. We couldn't really stop that. It was a good game. Nonetheless, by the Panthers. I think the Panthers really forced Matt Ryan to be uncomfortable all game long. We've seen the veteran get pulled out for a drive and then put back in, and he played a little bit better, but just wasn't enough. We got to see our offenses. What's scary to me is I was more worried about the defensive side. I thought our offense was going to be able to go out. Our offense is where our guys are the best at. So the fact that we went out there and our offense struggled has got me a little bit worried. So we'll see going forward how that works. But we got a lot of improving to do. Now, around the league after week 1, there is one player I'd really like to note is Phillip Rivers with his new team. After leaving the Colts, he went to the Saints, signed a 1-year deal. He just went out there and debuted with the Saints and threw 6 touchdown passes. And right below him, Russell Wilson threw 4. But I mean, wow. Are you kidding me? Phillip Rivers threw for 320, 70% completion, and 6 touchdown passes. What a debut. Russell Wilson played great as well. You know what I mean? Anytime you go out there, you throw some touchdowns and no interceptions, that's a damn good day. Unfortunately, Matt Ryan had the opposite. But here's the stats for the quarterbacks. Now, another guy I'd like to note, Mike Gesicki. I mean, 11 recs for a tight end, 100 some change, like 30 or something like that. That's very good. Now, the rest of the results as far as teams winning and losing, you see it here. Dallas was actually able to come back, win that game. Green Bay almost came back, but Detroit Lions just held on by 3. And remember, that game was 24-7 at halftime. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers end up beating the Miami Dolphins there in a close one. Obviously, we lose. Saints dominate the Patriots, and yeah, there it is, guys. Week 1 is done. Let me know what you thought of the video and what we need to improve on, what you would like to see. We are facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are coming off of a win against the Miami Dolphins 23-28. So I'm excited. Hopefully we can play better. Hopefully I can play better and get us a win. I'll see you there. Peace.